Hello, and it's lovely to be able to speak to the Sunday school. I wish I could see you face to face, but it's really nice that I'm able to speak to you this way. I'm wanting to read you a wee story. It's a story called Jonah and the Big Fish. You probably know the story, but it's a good story, and it teaches us a lot. So, if you're sitting comfortably, and your mums or dads will know what that means, then I'll begin. Most of the time, Jonah was a good man. So one day, God said to Jonah, I've got a job for you. Go to the city called Nineveh and deliver a message for me. But Jonah, he didn't want to go to Nineveh. Instead, he ran away. If Nineveh was that direction, Jonah went in that direction. He boarded a boat, and the boat set sail. And Jonah went below decks and found a place to curl up, and he went to sleep. He was very tired and very sleepy, and he slept very soundly. But while he was sleeping, a storm began to rage. The wind blew and blew, and the waves crashed on the side of the boat, and the boat started to rock from side to side. But still, Jonah slept. The captain of the boat came down to wake him up. How can you sleep in the storm? He said as the boat was still going from side to side. Get up, say a prayer. But the boat rocked even further from side to side and back and forward and up and down. And the sailors were all afraid. Tip the cargo overboard, the captain said. Throw all the stuff we don't need into the sea. It'll make the boat lighter. But still, the boat rocked from side to side. And the waves got higher. And the wind blew louder. And suddenly, Jonah said, It's my fault. I didn't do as God asked. The sailors were shocked and afraid. God is angry with me, said Jonah. Tip me overboard into the sea and the storm will stop. But the sailors didn't want to throw someone overboard in a storm, so they prayed and they prayed. But still the storm rocked the boat, and finally they threw Jonah into the water. Splash! And the storm stopped. But Jonah, he started to sink. He went deeper and deeper, until he was right under the water, so deep. He began to pray. I'm sinking. Don't let me drown, God. And suddenly, he saw a big fish, and it was swimming towards him. And the fish opened its mouth, wide, wider, and very wide. And it swallowed him in one gulp. And Jonah found himself in the tummy of the whale, or the fish. He'd plenty of time to think. He'd run away from God, and he was being punished. He had prayed to God, and God had sent a rescue for him. Now Jonah thanked God, and God forgave him. After 3 days of being inside the big fish's tummy, the big fish burped. Bleh! And Jonah was shot out of its mouth and landed on a beach. This time, Jonah went to the city of Nineveh to deliver God's message. You see, in Nineveh, the people weren't very nice. They didn't listen to God either. And Jonah went around telling them the message that God had told them to. Change your ways. Mend your ways. Otherwise, in 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed. When they heard the message from God, the people of Nineveh were shocked. Even the king was shocked. You see, they'd forgotten that God was watching them. They were sorry that they had been bad and decided to be good from then on. And God forgave them. But after 40 days, Jonah sat on a hill overlooking Nineveh, and he waited for the city to be destroyed. It was hot, but nothing happened. And he became grumpy. I came all the way to Nineveh. I told them they had 40 days. Nothing's happened. And look, the town is still there. God said to Jonah, why are you grumpy? I forgave you because I love you. I forgive the people of Nineveh because I love them too. And finally, Jonah understood that God's love was big enough for everyone. And that includes you, and that includes me. In a minute or two, I will be giving you some links that you can go on to see more of the story and some activities to do. But I hope you enjoyed the story of Jonah and the big fish. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.